how to make a faux leather pumpkin. So for step one, we're going to take our little pumpkin that we have here and we're just going to pull the stem out. Step two, we're going to take this faux leather panels that we got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to measure like my pumpkin to see how I want to cut these faux leather strips. So I'm using my just my paper cutter, and it cut just fine with this. And I'm just going to cut them in not quite 1-inch strips. So here you see me taking that faux leather strip that I have, and I just try to wrap it around the pumpkin and see the best way to make this fit right on the pumpkin. Once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and cut the remainder of my strips. Step 3, I took my Waverly truffle paint and I use it to paint my pumpkin stem. I just use a little piece of styrofoam from a previous project and I stuck that stem in there so it would be easier to paint. So step 4 here is I take my faux leather strips and I start hot gluing them to my pumpkin. And I try to go around kind of where the bigger part of the ridges are for the pumpkin, and I do those first. There's not quite enough of the faux leather to go all the way up to the top of my pumpkin, like to touch all the way around. So I'm just gluing them all the same direction, and I'm going to leave that little empty spot at the top of the pumpkin, and we're going to find a way to cover that up in here in a few minutes. So once we kind of get the larger ridges covered, I then go and I take those faux leather strips and I kind of try to cover all of the empty holes in the pumpkin. For step 5 here, I'm going to grab my stem that we had painted earlier, and I'm going to make sure that it still fits in there okay. And it does. And so we stick that into the pumpkin, and then we're going to go ahead and grab some Spanish moss, and we're just going to hot glue that around the stem to cover up any of the old piece of that pumpkin so we don't see any of that. Now I'm going to grab my scissors and just trim a little bit of that Spanish moss and make it look a little bit cleaner. Next, I grabbed my ribbon and I tied a bow and I left the ribbon on the spool still until I got the bow the right size, and then I cut my ribbon off of the spool. I just don't like to waste a lot of ribbon, so I tend to tie my bows on the spool and then cut them. And that's it. Now you have a faux leather pumpkin. Thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button below and have a wonderful day.